Okay, this video is going to show you guys how to edit your pictures in order for us to print it out 8 by 10. So when you get your picture, you're going to put it somewhere so you can find it. So I just put this picture on the on my desktop on the Mac. So when you crop it, you want to try to zoom into the face. You don't want a lot of background. You want to get a nice close-up shot of your subject's face. So we're going to be cropping it 8 by 10, decent high resolution, and ready for being for printing. So we're going to use a program called Pixlr, P-I-X-L-R, and there's two different versions. There's the photo editor, and then we have Pixlr editor. We're going to be using the Pixlr X. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new image. We're going to create a new blank image that's going to be the proper size for this project. So we want it to be 8 by 10 or 10 by 8. If you want it to be sort of a landscape orientation, which is the opposite of this. So if your picture is up and down like this, this is known as a portrait mode. But if your picture, if it's wide like this, you may want it to be in a what they call landscape mode. So the height and the width are what you're going to be putting in. If your image is wide and not as tall as it is wide, then the bigger number is going to be in the width. If you have your picture like this, like how I'm going to do this, your height is going to be the larger number than the width. So the numbers are going to be put in over here for your untitled image. So mine's going to be tall. The two numbers are 2,400, 2,400. And the other number is 3,000. So in this case, 2,400 is going to go here for the width, the smaller number, and the height's going to be 3,000. Now what this represents is the number of pixels. So 2,400 pixels for an 8-inch image would be 300 pixels per inch, which is pretty good. Same thing here. If it's 10 inches tall, and they're 300 pixels per inch, that's where I got the number 3,000. So it's an 8 by 10, 300 resolution. It's a pretty good image. So I'm going to create. So this is your image. This checkerboard just is nothing. There's nothing there. So this is going to be where we're going to be placing the picture and cropping it, zooming into it. So let's go get it. We're going to go back to the home page. So this time we're going to, instead of creating new, we're going to open image. So this is where you're going to get your picture. Mine's on the desktop, and it's this one right here. It's going to ask me, do I want this to be a layer, or do I want to create a whole new image? You're going to add current, because that means it's going to be a separate layer. Okay. So using this tool right here, the Arrange tool, this will allow you to make the image larger. And it's okay if the border of the photo extends beyond the border of this 8 by 10 space. That's the way you want it, and that's how you're going to zoom in. Even if you wanted to rotate it a little bit, you would use this little circle over here, and it'll allow you to do some rotations. But I'm going to zoom into the face, and once you get it the way you want, those lines that pop in, that's centering the photo. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to save it. And since this is a Mac, it's going to save it in a different spot than you guys when you work on your Chromebook. So I'm just going to call this Keith's Cat. And then I'm going to go ahead and download it. You can make sure if it's a high image, make it a JPEG, hit download. So you can see what it did is it just gave me a little footer here for a download. Yours will probably end up being saved in your Google Drive, and that's fine, as long as you know where you're putting it. Okay. So then, if I X out of here, whether or not you go to your Google Drive, or in my case, I'm going to go to the Finder, I'm going to go to Downloads, and here's my image, and it's 8 by 10. Unfortunately, mine's a little fuzzy to be working with, but I'll see what I can do. All right, so that's it.